Hello interpreters, this is Mason the interpreter. I took the CCHI's written exam about 5 months ago and obtained my core CHI certification. So in this video, let me share some things that I have learned that you should know if you're thinking about getting certified with CCHI, the Certification Commission for Healthcare Interpreters. I'm going to talk about a bunch of different things such as the requirements you need to take this test, fees and how to get a discount on those fees, and also share my personal experience with the online exam. If you are wondering about the NBCMI or not sure whether you should go for the NBCMI or the CCHI, I have different videos specifically on that, so please check them out before or after this video. First, let's talk about the requirements. There are 3 different types of certifications, and the one I will discuss is the Core CHI certification, which involves a written exam. If you want to know more about these certifications, I highly suggest visiting their website. It's essential not to rely solely on my video, but to obtain information from the original source. Now, regarding the requirements, there are mainly 3. First, you must be at least 18 years old and have completed high school or higher education. This education can be from any country, whether it's an English-speaking country or not. If your documents are in a language other than English, I believe you need to have them translated. Second, you need 40 hours of medical interpreting training. I offer a medical interpreting course that meets this requirement. My course materials are available for free on YouTube, but if you want a certificate as a requirement to the CCHI certification, the course needs to be purchased and taken on my website, www.utip.ca. If you're interested, please check out the introduction video for the course. Requirement number 3, a proof of dual language proficiency. This involves proving proficiency in English and another language. You can meet this requirement through education or proficiency test scores. For detailed information about which tests are acceptable, I strongly advise you to refer to their website. Now, let's discuss fees and how to get a discount. The application fee is $40 and the examination fee for the Core CHI certification is $191, totaling $231 US. However, you can receive a discount if you hold another medical interpreter certification, such as NBCMI's CMI certification. Please visit this Add CCHI page on their website for eligibility criteria and more detailed information. It will have all the necessary information on how to be eligible for this discount. But basically, if you hold a CMI certificate, you will be able to get a pretty good discount on the fees. According to this, please note that Hub CMI does not count. The $40 that I mentioned for the application fee is now totally reduced down to $0. The examination fee from $191, it was down to $150. So instead of paying $231, I only had to pay $150. From what I can see on their website, that this discount program could change in the future, so I strongly suggest you read through the website carefully. To receive this benefit, you have to email them and send the proof documentation. Once again, the step-by-step process on how to receive this discount is all listed on their website. Now, on to my experience with the online exam. CCHI will allow you to take the exam from home using a proctor software called ProProctor by Prometric. This is similar to what you use for the NBCMI's exam, which is called ProctorU, and since COVID, I think this became extremely common among many schools and institutions because I thought I was familiar with this proctor system. I made a huge mistake of not informing myself thoroughly about the rules and guidelines. Before the exam, this is what my room sort of looked like. I had stuff everywhere on the desk and I had a cat in my room. I just totally thought having a quiet environment, just being by myself at home, would be sufficient. But oh boy, was I wrong. When I was connected to a proctor who asked me if there was anyone in the room, I casually said, "Oh, I have a cat that's sleeping on the floor." I was told the cat had to go. So I kicked the cat out of the room. When I was asked to show my desk, I was once again told that everything on my desk had to go. So I cleared out everything on the desk. When I say everything, I meant everything. Except I was allowed to have 2 sheets of tissue paper on my desk. Just in case my nose gets runny, I guess. Then I was asked to show my room around, so I had to grab my laptop to do a 360 surrounding view showing of my room. I was told that the carpet on the floor had to go. So I got rid of the carpet. That apparently the bookshelves I had in my room, besides my desk, also could not be open and visible, so I had to get blankets from my bedroom and I covered them so there is no way that I can see the titles of the books. Then they asked me to show under the desk, under the chair, behind the chair, just every possible thing that you could use to cheat. Now, I don't know if all of that was completely necessary, but that's the rule, so I just complied with everything that they told me to do. This delayed the whole process by about 45 minutes, but at least I was not in a rush to finish the exam or anything, so it was all okay. This is definitely my fault, that I did not take this seriously enough. So that's something that I would like to let you know, that you should prepare better. Make sure you tidy things up and go on their website to see the list of things that you should do before the exam. CCHI also has a YouTube video that's 50 minutes long on things you need to know before taking this exam at home. I will link this video here on top right corner, so if you have time, it might be worthwhile watching this video to make sure you understand what you are expected to do. Next, let's talk about the outline of the exam. Same thing, you can find much more detailed information on their website. In summary, you have 2 hours to complete 100 multiple choice questions, approximately 75% related to interpreting and 25% related to medical knowledge. For the interpreting knowledge portion, it comprises the code of ethics, interpreter roles, and numerous scenario-specific questions such as, "You're the interpreter and this situation arises, what should you do?" I would estimate that about 80% of these questions are relatively straightforward, but there were certainly some that made me pause and think, that's a very good question. These were not simple, straightforward scenarios. Instead, they often presented multiple plausible answers, requiring careful consideration to choose the most appropriate answer. I have to say, some questions were really difficult. Still, with a solid understanding of the subject matter, I believe passing this section shouldn't be too difficult. If you are interested in learning this knowledge, I have uploaded free lecture videos on YouTube that you can utilize to study, so check them out. One thing about the exam that I didn't expect was the relatively small emphasis placed on the medical knowledge. As mentioned earlier, out of the 100 questions, only about 25 of them focused on medical topics, and to be frank, I didn't find them particularly challenging. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't a walk in the park. However, if you dedicate a reasonable amount of time to studying medical root words, terminology, I believe you won't encounter significant difficulties. In my experience, the medical section at least was actually less difficult than that of the NBCMI's written exam. Lastly, let me share the timeline. I created the account and submitted the documents in June 2023, but didn't actually take the exam until December 2023, just because I was busy with other stuff around that. They actually sent a reminder email that said, "Hey, you should book your exam until this day." So I ended up booking the exam in late November, then taking it like 2 weeks after. The actual exam was taken on the 12th of December 2023, and to my surprise, the exam result came out right away. Like, I submitted my exam, and I received the score report email on the same day saying that I passed. Exactly 7 days after that, I got an email containing the PDF file of the certificate with some instructions on how to order a hard copy of the certificate if I need it. That is what the digital copy of the certificate looks like, and I didn't really think getting a hard copy was necessary, so I never opted in for that. But that's something you can do if you would like a physical certificate mailed out to your house. It just costs some money. That's it for today's video. I appreciate your time, and I will be seeing you in the next video. Interpreter disconnecting. Bye-bye.